Okay, so I'm going to channel Gold Star Trio, which is 3 white lions. And when I was working with Linda Lovett and Ryan about a year and a half ago, these this consciousness, this collective, made themselves known. And after that and around that, I had these incredible visions of these lions in the sky, just this so profound. And I gotta straighten out my legs here. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna cleanse the air with my angel tuning forks here, first of all. If you're sensitive to noise and I invoke my higher self. I invoke all available angels and archangels, Mother, Father, God, for the purity of this transmission. I invite in Gold Star Trio in love and in light and in the highest frequency and integrity to move through me and to bring me information and messages without any certain specific intention. Well, yeah, okay, I can see a certain intention. And I ask this with the highest and humblest of integrity and just show me what I need to know, Spirit. Or what bring it bring through what is need to be known at this time by myself and by anyone who stumbles across this video. Okay, let's burn some sage and clear the energy from the last videos where we talked about some heavy stuff. Kind of a heavy dealio going on. Okay, so this is my sage bowl here. So yeah. So I cleanse the room you're in of any darkness, any negativity. Cleanse this room. I let go of all that no longer serves me. I let go of everything that does not bring me joy. I let go of people and objects and energies in any timeline, any life, any dimension, in any past of my life, and any version of me. And I let go of everything that does not make me smile and laugh and just feel good. And whatever's blocking me, that's making me not believe that, I let go of that. And this, I give my confidence permission to bypass my fear. I give my high self-esteem permission to bypass my insecurities. I give my beautiful, happy, loving, joyful self permission to bypass my fear, my low self-esteem, my insecurities. And so it is done. Is your room all cleansed over there? Yeah, you. Okay. Alrighty then. And so it is. Okay. So, I don't know. I had some sort of toy I was playing with. What was I playing with? I was playing with the tuning forks, but I think this will be my toy. So I have a couple of these sticks, and I use kind of as a shamanic. I'm banging them together to move energy. I also use them because they have those stress things and I always break them. So, okay, here we go. I invoke great Gold Star Trio. We know you feel stupid. Yeah. So what if you're stupid? What happens if you're stupid? Say I'm stupid. Okay, I'm stupid. All right, well, what is the consequence of being stupid? There is no consequence to being stupid. Well, maybe there is, because maybe I would be like, get hurt or something. Okay, so you're afraid to be stupid because you're afraid you're going to get hurt. It's not the truth. You're afraid to feel stupid because you're afraid of what other people might think of you, while at the same time not caring at all what other people think of you. You preach about the governments of man having no relevance in your life, but there you are, believing in the governments of man. You preach about the doctors have no say, but there you are, believing that they have no say. So you believe that doctors exist. What if you didn't believe that the governments exist or the doctors exist? Then what would your life be? Am I supposed to answer that? No, we're not asking for an answer. Try and shut up. Okay, I'll shut up. Okay, I will. I'm a little uncomfortable with being lectured, though. Okay. If you want the governments of man to cease to exist, you have to stop believing that they exist. You have to stop giving your power over to the governments of man, while at the same time preaching and lecturing your congregation that they don't exist and they have no relevance. Meanwhile, there you are, giving them relevance and making them exist. We know that you want to sass us and you want to fight back. The thing is if you don't let go of the governments of man's hold over you, while at the same time preaching to others that the governments of man do not exist, you will not move forward. You will stay miserable. That sadness you felt today that consumed you, it will not go away until you stop creating the dichotomy, creating the duality, while at the same time, I guess some people in your world might call it talking out of both sides of your mouth. We know you're uncomfortable with being lectured, but you ask Spirit to show you what you need to know. What you need to know is that you need to let go of the shore. Yes, we just had flashed on the analogy that you once had used, which is that to cross the great, great river with the huge rapids and the swiftness, you had to build this huge, huge, clunky, big old expensive raft. And now that you cross the river, this raft that has become your habit, that has become your soul, that has become your life, you have to leave for someone else. And you are sad and you can only take a backpack full of things. But if you sit there next to the river, holding on to your raft, your belief in the doctors existing, your belief in the governments of man, your belief in justice, your belief in good and bad, and your belief in revenge and righteousness and who did this and who did that, you want to move on from that, but you still believe it. Yes, I see. You're asking, how do I stop believing in it? Well, stop giving it your power. I know you want to. I know that when you tell people to stop believing in the governments of man, that you wish and pray that you would stop believing in the governments of man. You stop believing they have power over you and they will stop interjecting themselves into your life. They are irrelevant. They no longer exist. They are dissolving. Yes, they will not be funded. Yes, they will be moved out into this other realm. But they still exist for you because you are tuning into that frequency. While at the same time preaching to others, do not tune into that frequency. You are transmitting the frequency that the governments exist. At the same time, while you're telling others you're not receiving the information that the governments exist. We know you're rolling your eyes at us because you don't want to be lectured in your own channeling video. We hear you asking, how do I let go of my belief in the construct in the governments of man, in their power over me, in the courts, in the injustice. How do I stop believing it exists? Well, first of all, you stop talking about it. You stop saying this person's wrong and that person's wrong and this person's wrong. And you move into what is right about you. What I hear you saying, you don't know what is right, you don't know what is fun, you don't know what is good, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know. You sit in the pain. Letting go creates a void. Ignoring the things you don't want in your life and not talking about them and letting them go hurts your physical body, breaks open your core, breaks your heart. To let all that goo of the old out. Feel it. Let it go. You're standing in an empty building. Everything is gone. You're not going to create your new world inside of that building. No furniture's coming in. No families coming in. No one to love, nothing to eat, no pets, no animals, no water, no nothing. It's time to leave that building. It's time to walk outside. Yes, visualize walking outside that building. And the building collapses and dissolves behind you. And yes, you want to bawl and scream. You want to curl up in the fetal position. You want it to stop. Because you crave the old. You crave the patterns. You crave the habits. But you have to be strong enough to sit in this void and just feel it while the new world that you want to live builds. You can no longer hold on to both worlds. I see you kicking and screaming. The thing is that you're giving your power away every single time you talk about the people that are taking your power away. No one is taking your power away. You're giving your power away. You are not a victim, as you say in your affirmations. I am not a victim. I am not a victim. I'm not. We hear you affirming this. But you don't believe it. You believe that your life is at the mercy of the governments of man, and the doctors of man, and the police, and the person at the store, and the banks, and the social workers, and all of these things in the matrix and the construct that you say you left long ago. You believe they have power over you. I hear you asking, how do I stop believing they have power over me? And we say to you, stop talking about their power over you. There is no more injustice to expose. There is no one left for you to talk about but you. Yes, we feel you want to cry. And we know there will be much crying for you to do later as you read back this transmission. However, you're at a choice point now. You need to walk away from that raft. You're moving into new earth. You preach it well. You talk about the new earth, and the new earth is here, and the light has won, and we are going through the eye of the needle. I understand this, and I believe you, and I get it. Meanwhile, you're holding on to everyone else. You remember a while back when we channeled to you about every single person going through the birthing canal individually. As a collective, but individually. That feeling of giving birth, that feeling individually birthing into your new life. This is not done as a collective. This is done individually together. Well, you, my dear, are at that precipice. You are at that portal. And you talk the talk, and you know you're right there at the door of letting go. But you hold on. And when we ask you why you hold on, you say there's something you need to do. There's something you need to tie up. There's some old book you need to write. There's some old case you need to follow. There's some old person you need to chase. There's something you just gotta just do before you leave. There's one more thing you gotta grab before the whole house burns down. And I'm telling you right now, the house is burning down and you're gonna go with it if you don't just leave it all there right now. There's nothing more to finish. There's no book, there's no case, there's no person, there's nothing. You have to leave the building. The building is collapsing. The building is burning down. Whatever it is you're holding on to, is it worth your life? Don't you want joy? Don't you want peace? You talk the talk if you want to live your greatest joy and you want to live your life of contentment and peace. And you talk about you don't want to just survive, you want to thrive, but you won't let go. You won't leave the building. I see that you think that there's someone left in the building. You think there's someone in the corner. You think there's some case to solve. You think there's someone to save. But there isn't. My dear, we love you, and you have done it. You have done the work that God has asked of you. And now you must leave the building. You must stop. You must stop chasing your proverbial tail. Stop running around the building looking for something else to do to clean up because you're afraid of your magnificence. You're afraid of your supernatural powers. You're afraid of your ability to travel in and out of dimensions. You're afraid to allow your new life because you don't feel worthy. You don't feel like you deserve it. So you hold on to your self-righteous ego that you're going to save everybody else and expose injustice and make the world better. Meanwhile, you're drowning in your own fear of your own power, and you will not leave the building. It's collapsing around you. We feel your throat shutting down. We know you don't like to be told what to do. And we know that your ego does not like to be harassed. We also know that you've seen on the other side of the veil and you know what's there. And that it is so good and so beautiful that you fear it. What can these governments of man do to you? Whatever you believe they can do to you. What can the people in your community do to you? Whatever you believe they can do to you. We get that you can survive, and we get that you can thrive, and we get that you can create some other way to make it by and heat your home and pay your rent and survive and get your food and be in your hamster wheel. But are you willing to accept your power? To conjure up any life you want, in any way you want, and stop preaching about how everyone else can do it and start doing it. Are you ready for this, my child? I see in your mind that you're saying, yeah, of course I'm ready. But you won't let go. The tension in your shoulders, the tension in your neck, you're holding on to something. You ask what it is. I can't tell you what it is. The only key I can tell you is to feel this pain you feel right now in your chest, in your heart. Feel that illusion of loss, the illusion of death, the illusion of friendships gone and family gone, the illusion of injustice and good and bad and right and wrong. Feel it. No more story. It's all just getting let go. In preparation to leave the building, perhaps right now you could visualize with me walking outside of the building. The doors won't open. I guess you'll have to pry them open. And you walk outside and you sit on a bench. You can sit under the awning and stay with the building as long as you want. But you must exit the building. You must make that next step. There's nothing more to do. You can keep fiddling around with poking around to see if there's any more food on the plate. There's no more food on the plate. You know, in your Earth time, it's been about 2 weeks now. You popped right into a whole new world. You see it, you know it. Why are you still monkeying around in the old yuck? You dabbled in there, and as the humans say, you found out, right? You're getting the reverb. Yes, your crystalline core is reverbing back to you what you put out. It's going to sting a little bit, and you're going to pass through. Do you want to do it again? Or do you want to feel great and good and peaceful every day, like you say you do? Like you talk the talk and you preach the preach. But you don't feel like you're worthy of love. You don't feel like you're worthy of conjuring up anything you want. You say you don't even know what you want, but you know you want to feel good. And no longer does what you were doing before feel good. No longer does who you loved or who you hated or who you called out or who you wanted to help you or who you wanted to stay away. No longer is any of that relevant to who you want to be. I know you're not quite ready to let go, but we encourage you to do so. And we encourage you, my dear, to wrap it up because we got places to go. That is it for now. You are loved. Well, I didn't think I was going to get a lecture. Ugh, the nerve of some people. All right, well, thank you, Gold Star Trio. Not. Okay, well, we'll channel Gold Star Trio another day. No, really, we will. I love to be lectured by spirit. Bye for now.